know what percentage of Brits lie about their sexual history? I don't believe it. 34%.
You're watching The Right Stuff with Shingy Shoniwara, the Noisettes, Craig Revel-Horwood and Janet Ellis. Still to come this morning, what simple pleasure in life turns you on? We already know about Kirsty, it's horse poo-poo. Could it be seeing people trip over, singing in the rain, a country walk, a big fat spliff? Who put that in the script? 0207 173 5555 is the number for your simple pleasures in life. It wasn't me. But first, can knowing all about your other half's ex-loves help your relationship or ruin it? A woman contacted online agony service problempages.co.uk because her husband of 13 years refuses to tell her anything about his ex-relationships. He says it simply doesn't matter as it's all ancient history. But the woman complains she believes it's important to get this stuff out in the open. She reckons you can learn a lot about your other half from their previous romantic experiences. Are they dead or are they alive? She wants to know who he dated, when and for how long, and how and why those romances ended. In her view, his silence is a sign he's keeping things from her. Ironically, he shows absolutely no interest at all in knowing anything about her past romances, something that seems to niggle her, from what I could gather from reading. Indeed, I got the feeling reading her posting that her marriage was not a particularly happy one. She seemed riddled with doubts, anxiety and paranoia. For their part, relationship experts reckon openness and trust are key to a successful romance, but they don't recommend going into intimate detail as far as ex-lovers are concerned. Well, well, our worried poster isn't so much after intimate detail, madam, but any detail, some detail, just a clue, something he absolutely refuses to give her. So where do your sympathies lie? I'm not sure I know, though I have to say 13 years into a marriage is a long time to be worrying about someone's ex-directory, Shingy. What do you reckon?
I think, well, I know that being a girl, I'm probably naturally so much more curious and more nosy than my male counterparts. I love knowing details about someone that I'm falling for. I mean, why do you not want to know about where someone grew up? You know, what their first love was like?
But I think I'll tell you, not that we're going out or that I've even asked, but I'll tell you.
I don't know too much.
I'll tell you where I'm growing up, what my dad did, what my mum does, all of that kind of stuff. Absolutely. The current relationship I'm in, I must admit, I haven't discussed my past relationships at all.
Have you not got to that stage yet?
Yeah. It's just I haven't asked about hers either.
Perhaps if she'd been watching you for the last 10 years, she'd
know anyway.
We should
So I'm having an experiment here, and the theory is that if it's in the past, it's in the past. There's nothing you can learn from my past relationships that will change, hopefully. Well, in fact, let's put it another way. If you don't know anything about my past relationships, you'll just have the view of me that you formed. If I start telling you, well, actually, of the 25 girlfriends I had, 24 of them dumped me because I was obsessed and used to stand outside their door with a pickaxe. That would change the way you think.
But what about those relationships where they don't know anything for 20 years and one day disastrous secrets come out?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one, you know, like...
Yeah, quite. I'd rather... You've got to be honest, I think, in a relationship, and especially in bed. You've got to say what you like, what you don't like.
Hang on. I thought you were going to say...
And I think it's good to hear about people.
You said, I thought you meant that while you're in bed, you'd say, well, you don't do it as well as my last one.
Yeah, that wasn't as good as the last one.
No.
I don't mean it like that, but I do mean it's important to talk about it.
Was your last lover better in bed than me? What would you say?
Be honest. And say no. Whether they were or not, but be honest. No, I think you've got to be, you know, in all seriousness, I think it's really important to talk about what makes you a person and how you get to where you are. And I think that's really, really important. And I love hearing about all the, you know, past, you know,
right about
misadventures
you're right.
of my, you know,
Yeah, but there's
lovers.
nothing worse when somebody does compare themselves
Right,
to what
and that's
they
what you're
think
gonna do.
that
Yeah.
you like
Because
for your ex,
ultimately their
and then
real
they're not going to
personality
be
will come out.
original.
But that's what they're going to do, exactly. So if you don't tell them...
they're going to hold back what they really want.
So don't tell them.
ultimately,
Don't tell
I
them.
think it's selective, isn't it? There's selective discretion. You know, nobody wants to sit down like the scene in Four Weddings and itemise what everybody was, you know, what order they came in, so to speak, and, you know, how they were in your life and what you liked about them or didn't like. That is not relevant to your relationship now. But what you don't want to do is put somebody in the position of perhaps being in the same room as somebody that you've slept with and not knowing, which means that you and your past partner have a more intimate connection than you and your present partner. And I think your present partner has a right to know that because that's the relationship you're investing in. But I don't think they need to know absolutely everything. And I also think that there's a layer of retaining some sort of mystery which actually does enhance you in a relationship. In the same way, I don't think you should go around pointing out people that you actually know in your immediate circle that you
As
perhaps
Peter
fancy.
Andre once said, the great Peter Andrea, sorry,
Yeah.
mysterious girl. You know, not in your face
we
girl.
can quote him every time.
What happened
He's
to in your face girl? Divorced today. That's in your face girl.
I think we should quote from him every day, actually, because
Now-
I'm embroidering a sampler with his sayings. But I just think there's selective discretion. I don't think everybody needs to know everything because how you are and how you got to this point is the person that they're going out with or falling in love with. But don't put them in an embarrassing position, I think.
OK, now, before we go to your calls, I want to go to our audience because Eric has told me we have a great story.
Apparently we do. Well,
I can already see laughter.
We've got Shelley here, and she
Morning,
probed
Shelley.
and probed.
Well, I totally disagree with you, Matthew. I think it's 100% necessary to find out everything, because I probed, very curious, very sheepish, wouldn't give me any information whatsoever, so it made me more suspicious, probed a bit further, and told me this story about Philippa, which eventually turned out it was Philip and not Philippa. So, and previous other men as well. So basically, curiosity killed the cat. Talk about that. Absolutely, curiosity killed that relationship. So obviously, the other one was doing it better because I didn't have the right equipment, really. So
You can invest in that, though, darling. It is possible to buy a strap-on to thrill your partner.
Isn't that the key,
I'm just
though?
going to pretend I haven't heard that. So do you tell everything when you're asked?
absolutely, 100%.
Everything?
Yeah, pretty much. There's not a lot to
Were they
tell,
good
but-
in bed? Yes, you'd say that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or would you say Craig's answer, always no?
I would be honest. I'll say you're not as good as the other one, potentially. Yeah. But I'm very much an honest,
Well,
genuine
as long
sort
as
of
there's a
person. But I'm
because, isn't
kind
it?
of...
And what do
If
you-
there's a because, then you
I'd
know, they're learning something
Yeah, I would
about
say it in
you
a nice
physically
way,
as
though.
well, perhaps.
Yeah, but I'd
you
say
know.
it in a nice way. I'd say you're not as good, but I'm getting something out of this relationship that's different, potentially, to the
I
other
wonder
Can I
one.
just tell you, there isn't a man, straight man I know, that would take that kind of nonsense from a woman. No way, I'll be off.
I've gone with gays. Then. Doing something wrong.
Let's have a quick call, please, Kirsty.
We have Jeff on line one.
Oh, sorry.
We have Jeff on line one.
Jeff, good morning.
Hello.
Morning. Does one need to know about a partner's past, then?
It's not a need thing. It's just like cool. That's the important thing.
Well, as we've already discovered from the lovely lady in our audience, it all depends on what answer you get, though, doesn't it? I mean, if you were to ask, was your last...
Firstly, just on a light-hearted note, coming off the subject for a sec, I'm from South London. Just
In it.
to put the flag up as we're having a South London morning. I'm from Norbury, in it.
Yeah.
Except I'm 59, so I didn't talk like that. And I've had two kids who've grown up, and I'm...
Jeff, are you actually going to talk about the part at all?
Get to the SEX part.
Yeah, the SEX bit.
Sorry?
Okay, we want you to get to the sex
juicy bit.
Yeah, you've asked your ex-girlfriends or your present girlfriend...
I don't have ex-girlfriends or present girlfriends. I've been married for 42 years. I've got a great lover, great wife, and we've had everything out, always everything on the counter. No problem.
The kitchen counter.
A bit too much detail, darling.
Jeff, I've no idea why you phoned this show. I assume you just got the wrong number, but I thank you for your call anyway. Bizarre. I'm still getting over you in the audience. You're naughty. Now, after the break, life's simple pleasures. What is yours? A lie-in, a cuddle, taking the dog for a walk, a nice long session sitting on the loo. I know you'd probably like that, Kirsty. Certainly the boys would. What about you, though? 0207 173 5555 is the number for your thoughts. What is your simple pleasure in life? Find out after some nice people try and sell you stuff.
Whose simple pleasure in life is frog spawn? Jeremy Paxman, Anne Robinson or Bill Oddie? Find out after the break.